The video that I am going to be making today is one that I know a lot of people are going to disagree with, and that's fine, but I am still going to put my opinions out there. And it is about body policing and body shaming. Body shaming is when someone, for some reason, decides that they should inform someone in a way that is negative, inappropriate, and uncalled for, that their body does not fit their standard of what a body should look like. Body policing is basically the same thing, just mix it with some adamancy, like people who make subreddits. Yeah, there are subreddits that are dedicated to finding and taking photographs of people that they believe are overweight and, to their standards, ugly, and making fun of them. Real nice. Now, of course, right? A lot of people who body shame are just assholes, and there isn't too much you can do about assholes. But one of the other groups of people who do are people who pretend they're being helpful. I put it in little finger quotations because I feel like deep down they know that they're not being helpful. A lot of it, when you actually have a conversation with someone who says, well, I'm just letting them know because of their health. I'm concerned about their health. When you actually have a conversation with this person, it turns into, well, I don't find them attractive. Ah, there it is. There it is. Be honest. If you are calling someone down because you think that their body is unattractive, you are not doing it because you're worried about their health. You are not doing it because you want to help them better their lives. You are doing it because you too are an asshole. A lot of people defend it. They will defend it to the death. But as someone who is overweight, knows other people who are overweight, and want to do something about it, I can tell you, body shaming is probably the least effective thing a person can do. And you can go ahead and say, well, I'm upset because people are overweight, and because of that, they're clogging up the healthcare system, and they're wasting the government's money and doctors' time, and shut up. No. You know what's happening? The healthcare system is going, woohoo, more people are sick. Guess we can bank on that some more. Do you want to know anything about the medical industry? It's that they love when people are ill. Cancer has cures! Cures that are proven. But they're not allowed in the US and Canada, are they? Because they want to make some money. So stop pretending that it's because people who are overweight are harming the healthcare system. Because the healthcare system is harming the healthcare system. Doctors that push antidepressants on 14-year-olds instead of telling them that they probably need some therapy are harming the healthcare system. Pharmaceutical representatives who give incentives to doctors to push their new untested whatever on patients are the problem with the healthcare system, not people who are overweight. So once again, you don't actually care about that issue. You just don't like having to look at fat people, and it makes you mad, or you're gonna tell them. Stop being a baby. People have different body types. And I know a few of you are probably thinking, well, that guy who's 400 pounds really shouldn't be 400 pounds. He's killing himself. That's not right. Well, a lot of the people who get fat shamed are not 400 pounds for one thing. And for another thing, you don't think that guy who's 400 pounds knows? You don't think he looks in the mirror and wishes that he didn't get up to that weight? You don't think he wakes up in the morning and his heart feels heavy and he's tired and he's like, I wish I could be like my friend or my cousin or whoever who is thin and energetic, and I'm addicted to food, because you can get addicted to food just like you can get addicted to anything else rather. Anyone who says that food is not an addictive substance clearly doesn't know that much about psychology or how much people really love food. Food is just as addictive as cigarettes, gambling, all the other crap people get addicted to. I wouldn't necessarily say cocaine and heroin, because I've seen people go without food because they can't afford it. People who need heroin and cocaine, they're gonna find a way. But as far as those other substances, it's the same. Some people are just unfortunately hardwired to use food as a coping mechanism. Also, you don't know if perhaps they are using food as a coping mechanism because of the way they were raised. Maybe they lived in a family where if you didn't take as much as you could, when you could, you weren't eating because you had 7 siblings, and if you were a little slow, you were going to get a portion like this big of vegetables and everything else was going to be gone. Now, a portion this big of vegetables is good, but, you know, a lot of people look at the whatever else the rest of their family gets to eat because they're just being quicker, and they'll go, oh, well, I guess I better speed up then. I guess I better stuff my face. And try living that way for 20 years while you live at your parents' house, moving away, and suddenly slowing down? Eating smaller portions? No, you're gonna keep up the same habits. So stop demonizing these people who are overweight. Also, the diet industry, which is huge for body shaming, they will show a woman who, if you took her blood pressure, her cholesterol, everything like that, she's healthy. She can run without winding herself. She can wake up in the morning and not feel like crap. She doesn't rely on coffee. Maybe she likes coffee, but if she doesn't have it, she doesn't, find herself crawling on the ground crying. Basically, you check all her vitals out, she's perfectly healthy. She's got thick thighs, thick bum, little pudge on her arms, but she's healthy. She's like a size, I don't know, 10. She's like a size 10 and she's like 5'5". I don't know. And they will show her and be like, this woman is disgusting and fat. But look, with our product, she can be thin and attractive. And then she's down to like a size between like 4 and 0. And she's like, finally, I feel like a real human being. You were a real human being at a size 10. That's messed up. It's not just people who are damaging their health that are getting criticized for their weight. It's basically anyone who doesn't have a waist that is 26 inches or less. And that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. The diet industry uses body shaming as a mechanism to sell products. But the ironic thing is, even though they will make someone thin for a short period of time, maybe if they work at all, they harm that person's health. So we are living in a society that yells at a person for being fat, yells at a person for not being healthy, sells them a product that says, do this and you'll be thin and healthy. They do it, they feel worse, they become less healthy, regardless of wherever their weight is. A lot of the time they gain more weight than when they started. That aside, if you knew anything about the diet industry, you would know they care nothing about health. They just want to make a buck off of the fact that you feel ashamed of your body. So tell me again that when you shame someone, you do it for their health. No, you don't, do ya? You do it because you're tired of looking at a fat person. It's simple. It's very simple. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple stories about fat shaming and what it does to people. There's a man, I don't know him personally, and if I can find his video, I will post it down below, but he posted a very lovely video on the way being fat shamed makes him feel. Essentially, the summary of the video is he had a friend who whenever they went out, he'd be like, oh, you're fat, why are you eating that? You should eat a salad. You should eat a salad. And he's like, look, I'm stressed out. I had a bad day at work. I want a burger. You want a burger? I'm having the same thing you are. I'm just also very overweight. And he confronted his friend eventually after being berated by the guy multiple times about his weight. Why do you always make fun of me for my weight? You don't really have a right to do that. It doesn't make me feel very good. And he's like, well, you know, man, I really care about you, and I get worried, you know, I get worried that you're hurting yourself, and I want you to be around for a long time. Oh, wow, because you really showed it. Like, when you walk up to a person and they are your friend or your family member, and you go, you're fat, you should be eating less, you should be eating something different, because you're fat. That's unhealthy. Telling someone to change a single meal that they are eating is never going to help. I want you to remember that right now. If you ever see someone who is overweight, who is eating something unhealthy, do not feel like it is your job to step in and steer them right. No, because it's not your job, and you don't know what that person's doing. You don't know if they had a horrible day at work and food is their coping mechanism. You don't know if their mom just died and food is their coping mechanism. You don't know if they have been on a diet for the last month, and when I say a diet, I don't mean one of those horrible commercial on TV bullcrap things. No, I mean like a lifestyle change for the better. You don't know if that person has made dramatic lifestyle changes, and they have lost 20 pounds this month, and they are happy and they are proud of themselves, and they love food, and they kind of miss eating like big sloppy burgers, even though they know when they eat that big sloppy burger they don't feel the same way as when they eat lots of fresh fruits and vegetables and lots of whole grains and things like that. So they go, well, I'm going to treat myself to one burger this month, because I think that's fair. And if I get one burger a month, I don't feel like I'm depriving myself. So they go, they get the burger, they see their friend, and their friend goes, I thought you were on a diet, fat ass. What the fuck you doing putting that burger into your mouth? How do you think that's going to make them feel? It's going to make them feel that that 20 pounds that they lost means nothing, because people still think and call them fat. It is going to stress them out, and when you are stressed, whatever you are addicted to is what you reach for. For some people, it's drama. For some people, it's coffee. For some people, it's cigarettes. For some people, it's food. When someone's had a really bad day and they're trying to quit smoking, and they're like, I've had a really bad day, I need a couple cigarettes. People are like, aw, that really sucks, man. I'm sorry that you're having a hard time with this quitting thing, but quitting is hard, isn't it? So, I mean, have a couple and try to get back on the horse, you know? People are never that supportive to people who are on diets. Lifestyle changes. I need to change that word in my brain, because you should never go on a diet, because that suggests that you're doing it for a period of time. Now here's my story. So I was going for a walk in the summer. It was extremely hot outside. It was 35 degrees Celsius, which is like, I think it's 95 Fahrenheit. And I live in Canada. It's not supposed to get to 35. And I don't handle the heat very well. Never have. Even as like a small child. Never a big fan. I prefer like spring and fall. But I was dealing with it. The air conditioner was broken. So I decided I would go for a walk. Get some iced coffee, have something cold to drink, go for a walk, come home, maybe take a shower, something, just anything to bring my temperature down a couple notches. And that summer I had lost 20 pounds, doing pretty much nothing. I was pretty proud of myself, because one of the reasons why I have trouble losing weight is very poor mental health. Which, you know, no one even considers thinking about when they fat shame someone. But I have extremely poor mental health, and because of that, I think it's just mainly like cortisol makes your body store fat, and I am rampant with it. Like, it's pretty bad. I have a pretty high anxiety disorder, but, and I don't know if I had depression and that caused anxiety, or if I had anxiety and that caused depression, but anyway, rough time. But I'm feeling good. I'm getting feeling a little healthier, and I wasn't feeling anxious or sad for like 2 months, and it was wonderful. So I went for a walk, got some iced coffee. I was wearing like this little romper outfit. It was really hot outside. I wasn't exactly going to wear a sweater and jeans, because I don't even like pants in the first place, and I don't like the heat. So I wear this little romper thing. It's the same one that I've seen on 20 other girls that summer, so I thought it was fine for me to wear too. Apparently not, because some guy in a truck decided to stop and inform me that I needed to put some clothes on my fat ass. Nice. Right? So helpful. Oh my gosh, then I went home and I focused on my new lifestyle plan, and just that guy inspired me so deeply that I lost so much weight, and I owe it all to, no, it's not helpful. Do you know what it made me do? Cry. It made me cry. That happened when I was like 19, and it's still upsetting now. I'm 23. You better gain that weight back. Not necessarily just from that guy, but just then I started getting stressed again and whatever else, but didn't help. So before you open your mouth to insult someone that you think is overweight, don't. Because they don't need it. You don't need to do it, quite frankly. And if you feel the compulsion to, you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because you sound like you're probably an asshole. And the same goes for women who are very thin. I have a friend who, it wouldn't matter if she ate everything, she would always have like a thigh gap, like her legs are like this far apart at all times. She's very little. She's a little tiny, like, Italian girl. And people would always ask her if she was anorexic. It would bother her. She would get comments like, well, how's the guy supposed to go out with you? It's not like you eat. Where are we supposed to take you? And just like stuff like that. And it's like, dude, don't do that. Don't assume that just because someone is very thin that they have an eating disorder. Now, if you watch your friend deteriorate in front of you, you can assume they have an eating disorder. If your friend was overweight or healthy, and now all of a sudden they are thinning at a rapid pace, their hair is falling out, their skin is gray, and their eyes look dull, then maybe go, hey, you know, you're not looking so good, bud, what's going on? But other than that, keep your opinions to yourself. When it comes to someone else's body, keep your opinions to yourself. Sure, go ahead and say, you know what, I don't find that person attractive, I'm not attracted to them. Go ahead, that's fine. Because what you're doing is you're saying, I am personally not attracted to that person in a physical or sexual way. When you look at that person and go, you're fat and you're not attractive, can you kind of see the difference? I'm going to end this video with a challenge for you for the new year. This is something you should be asking yourself when you talk to people in general, but when you are speaking to someone and you want to comment on their body, ask yourself two things. Is it kind? I just explained to you what isn't helpful, so those are no longer excuses for you. Now, if you want to, maybe you have a loved one who has gained quite a bit of weight. You've noticed they're slowing down a little bit. They're complaining about aches and pains and being tired. And you're like, probably because you're wearing 6 sizes bigger than you did 2 years ago. So, what do? You don't walk up to them and go, you're fat, you should fix that. No, you go, you know, you've been saying that you're tired. You don't feel well a lot of the time. And I think that maybe increasing raw fruits and vegetables in your diet would really help. You don't go, you need to lose some weight, fat ass. Because they go out and they buy Slim Quick. Great. No, be helpful. You don't go, you know, you keep saying that you're tired and you feel sick, but you're fat now. And don't you think those two are related? You're fat, and that's disgusting. No. You go, oh hey, you know, I was gonna start doing a blank exercise regime. I'd really like you to do it with me. Maybe if you read this book that I read on health, could help you feel better, because I read it and I agree with a lot of its points. Saying, I think you're fat, and it's gross and definitely what's making you feel sick, is just rude. And if food is their coping mechanism, guess where they're going after you're done your little conversation. Same goes with someone who's thin. Hey, I've noticed you're slimming down quite a bit. Are you still eating okay? What's up? Are you really stressed out lately? No, I mean, I've been losing weight. I don't really know why. I'm eating normal, I'm sleeping normal. I guess my body just feels like shedding weight. Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure, because I care about you. If they're a stranger, don't comment. Don't comment. You don't know them. Would you walk up to a stranger and go, oh honey, you know, that mullet though, you need to fix that mullet. No, you go, that guy's got a mullet, and you just keep walking. You don't have to find his mullet attractive. You don't have to pretend his mullet isn't there. But it is not your place to especially verbally judge and point out that you find his mullet unattractive. That's all there is to it. If you're just being nasty, then why are you opening your mouth at all? There's no point. And before you say, oh, look at this chick, she's trying to make a nation of pussies. She's trying to say we gotta be nice all the time. Well, look at what we say. Is it kind? Is it helpful? I don't mean you always have to be kind and helpful. When you're sitting beside your friend and you want to be a dick for 30 minutes going on about terrible things, that's fine. You're not hurting anybody. But when you are attacking people, especially to their face, you are very much hurting someone else. And that is not all right. And before anyone asks a question about, well, what about an overweight child? And it upsets you, you know, that kid's gonna be fat forever, because when kids are fat, usually they're fat adults, it breaks my heart, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Still not your place. If you are that child's doctor, please inform the parents. If you are that child's teacher, kindly inform the parents. If you are that child's daycare provider, kindly inform the parents. If you're that child's aunt or uncle or friend of the parents, whatever, now your kid's getting kind of chunky, you know, I've heard that kids who are overweight just continue to gain weight as adults. I mean, it's not a problem yet because they're still a kid, but you might want to start checking what they're eating a little bit more. You think Becky's getting chunky? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't even really notice. Maybe we'll start buying salad. Or maybe they'll take it and just explode at you. Either way, at least you tried to be helpful. Going, your kid's fat, you're killing your kid. That's not helpful. Being brash is never helpful. So, is it kind? Is it helpful? Your new challenge for 2015, if you choose. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what your opinions on fat shaming are in the comments below. And